Hi, Ramesh. Hi, Kumar.
Hello, sir. How are you doing today?
Amazing, brother. I think it's been a while. It's been a decade that I have met you. I think it's precisely this
So you're
happens.
you you
Third,
you're extremely busy, sir. I would say. You hardly get slots. I
okay.
tried a couple of times earlier, but yes, due to busy schedule,
Uh-huh.
everybody loves talking to you. That's probably one of the reasons why
Oh,
it's
really?
hard to find you actually.
I'm humbled. I'm humbled, Kumar. I'm humbled. And how is everything with you?
Everything is perfect. Everything is going good.
And how
How
is
have you been?
I'm doing good, brother. Yes, I have been keeping lately quite busy, and I've been
Oh,
juggling between my private clients and Clapingo. So it's been quite a bit of a challenge now to manage, especially squeezing your timelines. But it's okay. But it's always good to be busy, Ravish. I think
how many hours do you invest on Clapping Go, and how many hours you do some other stuff?
I usually start from 7 in the morning. I try to, unless there are some days where I keep myself little liberated, should I say that? and
Okay.
and then there are most of the days I start at 7ish, I believe, and then I take a break at between 2 to 3, ideally. Sometimes I'm
Okay.
also grabbing my lunch and talking to. There are a few clients, for example, if I happen to know you over a period of time and we have a business relationship, so then I'll say, Kumar, can I grab my lunch and I'll talk to you, right? That's the kind of thing, right? So, but they are very sweet and kind. So that's it, I believe. And then I end my call. So this after this, there is one more call session today, and that's it. So 11:55 I ideally end. So if you look at it, 15, 16 hours precisely, or could be more than that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so you are wondering that how long I work, huh? Okay. So see, so I say this, I have promised to myself that I'm going to beat the youth's energy hands down.
Absolutely. You wake up at 7 o'clock and you work until 11:50 or perhaps 12 o'clock.
Yeah,
That's something incredible, and probably it is not possible. The people like even say youngsters, they cannot work so long.
it's all in
So
mind,
that's
brother.
something we have to learn from you.
It's all in the mind, brother. It's nothing like that, It's just like, it's you just feel like doing it, so you'll do it, right? So that's the
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
If you feel like you will not do it. So tell me what's happening at your end. I mean, how the recruitment is going on. I think things have started looking up for you now also, is it? For your company?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. What was the question?
I presume that things have started looking up, I think.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, we are following hybrid model,
Hmm.
and 1 week, work from home, and alternate week again. The second week, work from office.
Uh-huh.
So that's how it happens now. That's how it goes.
Uh-huh.
So it's a hybrid model, and that's up to you. Even if you want to, in the middle, if you want to stay home and work from there, you've got all the liberty to do that.
Hmm.
So yeah.
I remember speaking to you last time. I mean, this precisely happens to be our third session, if I'm not mistaken. If my
Oh yes.
memory serves me right. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. This is our third, meeting.
That's the
Yes.
second time we had a discussion that what would be this post-COVID era, because by that time things had started looking up a bit, and then we were discussing and contemplating rather that what would be the situation. I mean, once office starts opening. So you had shared some great insights, I remember. Kumar. So now that actually things are happening, I wanted to have your thoughts on this. Like 1 week off and then 1 week to office. Is that what you meant actually?
That's correct.
Okay. So is it helping? Is it helping you all? I mean, in general, the employees are happy about it. Hush, hush. What are they discussing?
Oh yes. You know what? Most of the people they say that why don't 100% work from home? Because the people, I mean, the companies are doing incredibly well, and
Hmm.
then there is no the revenues are not affected, why don't we get 100% work from home? And there are other people, they have different opinions saying that, okay, if you work from office, then perhaps you'll get to learn so many new things because you are on call, you meet in person, and then it impacts in a different way, right? And then when you are sitting back at home and then perhaps do as you like. Of course, you are on call, you work whole day long. But the thing is that when you're in person, then it makes difference, right? You learn so many things. You have back-to-back meetings. You meet new people in person, of course, and then things become entirely different, when you are at office.
Lovely, brother. That brings me to the question that suppose if the work is not impacted at all, as you say, and it doesn't impact the top line, bottom line, whatever that you want to say in terms of commissions. So then why is that the company would, specifically I would refer to IT companies. I'm not sure about the situation at your company. Like why would they occupy a space, pay for the renters, right? Pay the renters rather, and then add on to the cost, dwindling the revenue share. Did I make any sense?
Oh, yes, absolutely. As I said, if you are working from home and then doing everything as per the plans, as per when it comes to productivity, it is not being hampered at all. So company can think about it. And there are companies wherein they have no physical office existing,
Correct.
right? And there are, I know some of the companies, they have already, kind of stopped working completely from office. And there are so many companies as well wherein they like calling their employees back and to work from the office. Because as I mentioned, right, if you are in office, the environment is entirely different.
True.
And your boss is roaming around, and then you are perhaps in a little bit of, say, pressure of your performance, and you cannot think about anything else.
True.
Yeah, and then you learn, actually. You interact real time. Whatever the questions that are coming to your mind,
Right.
you're struggling with your work or anything else, you can come back to anybody else. And
Quickly reach out to someone. Hey, tell me this. And
oh yes,
right.
absolutely. And basically, those who are new joiners, right, it's a great opportunity for them, especially, they don't have anything else to take care of, right? They sit around people and then listen to the calls, and they interact with bosses, seniors, and then get to learn so many things. So yes, absolutely, that's entirely something else. I mean, the people who are already experienced, they might disagree with it, and because they're already into the system for, say, quite a long time, and they know the process and everything. So perhaps it doesn't matter, it doesn't affect much when that comes to the seniority level and everything. They enjoy working, at any given point in time, be it work and be it office. I mean, both are one and the same thing. What do you think, sir? Since this has been something which is new to everyone, right? And you might be experiencing from your end as well. I don't know how directly you are when that comes to you. You're not coming to the office every day, I suppose. But you must have something which as you mentioned, I remember the last conversation we had, that you worked in corporate culture, right? And perhaps in one of the biggest press that we have now,
Right. Right.
the Telegraph, probably the Times of India, and then on all of that, right?
Hindustan
So
Times. I
you
mean,
know the culture and everything. So
yeah.
what is your opinion? What do you think, and how do you think about it? Uh,
Opinion as in?
as in, like, the company should call off
Okay.
their yeah.
For the typically the kind of industry that I was in, Kumar, there
Mhm.
you cannot really call off because that involves a lot of physical work there, especially if I talk about pertaining to the newspaper, right? Media, print media. So there's a
Mhm.
lot of dispatch, there's a lot of physical work that goes on, labeling, editorial team has to sit there, brainstorm with the team, which virtually seems little challenging, right? Because you are, especially the graphic designers, they're working together in a team, right? So those are the things which when I look, because when I used to work, COVID was not there. I used to work in a pre-COVID era. So I
Right.
think, but does that mean that things do not run? They run. They are running. So my opinion would be very straight and simple that if required, you can cut down or segregate a portion, and then maybe you can take the revenue out of there and reinvest into some of your business where you can afford to have people working from home. This is number one. Number two is, which would definitely need, I mean, the pockets that would require people to work from office, you can't avoid. That is inevitable. So you have to. And so that's how, you end up balancing your revenue. Had I been the CEO, I would have taken this kind of a decision. Unnecessarily, I would not. So I would have called these people for a weekly review, maybe sometimes, so that you do not lose that touch with your office. And mostly, I think the job would have been done virtually. That's my take. Come on, I don't know.
Actually, it depends on the kind of industry it's operating, right? Especially if I talk about IT industries, they are quite okay, no matter where you work from, right? Even if you're at your comfort,
True,
right?
true.
And then you have to do your codings, you have to interact with the people, and then you have to do a
Absolutely.
number of things, which is perhaps not possible, which is not necessarily important to be at office all the time. You can do anywhere. You're sitting back at your home and doing whatever you want. So it depends on the kind of industry that you're working for. And as you mentioned, you rightly pointed out that, again, when it comes to press, when it comes to, there's all printing media and everything, and news, say, the news channels and all of that, you have to be physically present. Otherwise, it's not possible. You create a kind of environment which takes a lot of expenses, yeah,
Efforts.
and it is not possible for a company to afford for everybody in the in the company.
Mhm.
So yeah, it depends, what kind of industry that you're working for.
True, true. And
Absolutely.
what is happening to, I don't know. Pardon me if I go wrong on this. The channel, the YouTube channel that you run is Talkology. That's what the name is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was the name, I think. So
Sir, how did you know about it? Because I never discussed about it.
yeah, because
And
I think I'll tell you how I came to know. Because initially, the video that you had uploaded about the conversation that you had with me, and that got, I think it got a decent number of views, and then as a result of which it came. And more so, Kumar, there have been many new learners who came to me and said that there was this conversation with Mr. Kumar Ravish, and this has happened numerous instances, that they might
oh,
have watched that video, and then they might have thought, "Chalo inse
I
baat."
did not know, sir. I have to be honest with you.
But lovely. So that's why then I thought, like, I don't know whether I'm saying the name correctly. I hope I say the name correctly.
Oh, yes, yes,
College.
correct.
So I mean, I we had even discussed that about your plans. How do you wanted to take this to a next level? But you said that, yeah, I'm exploring things. I'm looking into it. But that's been a while. So I had even said that you have got a baritone voice, brother. Just make use of it. And you said, yes, this has been recommended by a lot of people. So what are you doing
Absolutely.
in that regard? Are you doing something? Are you really marching forward with that? Yeah, we just left with possibly a couple of minutes before.
You wanted to, are you asking about the voiceover?
No, yeah, no, not the voiceover. Not only the voiceover. I mean, anything that you have taken it in furtherance. I don't know whether you have taken this forward, or are things just lying there and you are still uploading videos on Talkology, and then you're
Oh,
doing.
yes, sir. Absolutely. I mean, whatever the discussion that I have with people, I upload them, and the people are, of course, liking it,
Hmm. Great.
and that's something that's something encouraging. Again, if you are doing something and then people encourages,
Hmm.
sorry, people encourage. I'm sorry, and then they leave comments,
Mhm.
and they wanted to chat with you, have a word with you, and then wanted to learn from you. So that's something that you are perhaps your objective is met.
Mhm.
So I am in the initial stage at this point in time, I would say, and I have a long, long way to go, and I have to be consistent. I have to be consistent
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
make videos like that. Need to have n number of conversations. So I don't know how far I will be able to go with,
Mhm.
but yeah, but my intentions are very clear that I am trying to make sure that whatever the conversation that I have with people like you, I would certainly like to love to upload them and let people learn and decide
Mhm.
from the videos of
Mhm.
yeah of
Great,
Talkology.
great, great thoughts. I'm just reminded of a quote. Don't know whether it will be apt in this situation. You have to go miles before you sleep. That's what tells me, So maybe
Yes.
you walk miles before you sleep. But how is it to talk to this amazing speaker partners? I'm sure you might have touched base with a lot of them, if not few, quite a few of them, I'm sure, right?
Oh yes. I think I've spoken to probably 25 people so far, 25, 26.
Ah, that's quite a number.
Yeah, and though all the videos have not been uploaded
Uh-huh.
because you apply for the authorization,
Right,
you
right.
ask for the authorization, and I don't know, maybe some of the reasons they get rejected at some point in time. So
I
you do
see.
not get the chance to upload all the conversations that you've had. But yes, I mean, so far I think it would be around like 14, 15 videos so far
That's
uploaded.
it's incredibly good. That's lovely achievement, right?